Hello, comic book fans. Thank you for clicking on this video. Now hit that like and subscribe button to be the first to know when we drop something else that's new. This exhilarating, heart-pounding story has Professor Xavier surviving his assassination attempt, culminating with Cable and Stryfe fighting to the death in the final chapter of The Executioner's Song. Cable is the son of Cyclops from the X-Men, and Madeline Pryor, a clone of Jean Grey. Cable was infected with the Techno-Organic virus at a young age, and was sent into a post-apocalyptic future where he could be saved. Here, Cable became a hardened warrior and a brilliant tactician. He is a powerful mutant telepath and a telekinetic who has been fighting in wars most of his life as a time-traveling soldier. The stage is set with Stryfe baiting himself inside a force field that only allows members of the Summers family to enter. Jean and Scott are forced into torture by Stryfe and are held within the time vortex. Stryfe is a mutant clone of Cable, but was not raised in the same way as Cable. In the future, to save Cable from the Techno-Organic virus, technicians attempted to save Cable using advanced technology, but opted to also clone him due to the severity of his condition. This is how we have two Nathan Summers, Cable and Stryfe. The Techno-Organic virus helps distinguish them. The time vortex takes us back and shows a devastating moment when Cyclops had to give up his son to the future, in the hope that he would be saved and that they would meet again. For this crime, Stryfe does not believe they should be forgiven. Cable gets things moving and draws the first shot. Cable closes in, but Stryfe just taunts him as some scientific abomination. All Cyclops and Jean can do is just watch and wonder if Cable has what it takes to stand against his stronger clone, who is not weighed down by the technovirus. Miles away, Storm, Wolverine, and Psylocke painfully observe the Dark Riders soar away. Wolverine is sick of always being a step behind and takes out his frustration. Psylocke uses her telepathy to scan for a hint of where they could be heading. They knew that Apocalypse was on the pursuit of the Dark Raiders, but she can barely sense Apocalypse anywhere. Then it hits her. Apocalypse did catch up to the Dark Raiders, but in his weakened condition was overwhelmed and is now dying. Elsewhere, the second X-Men team, consisting of Archangel, Bishop, and Iceman, continue their search of the Dark Raiders, unaware that they have already escaped. Psylocke does telepathically update the second team of their escape, and what she suspects was Apocalypse's fate. Archangel only cares about Apocalypse and where he could be, but Psylocke reminds them that priority is to find a spacecraft that will get them all to rescue Jean and Scott. Archangel tells Bishop and Iceman to meet up with the others and that he will catch up. Archangel simply cannot miss the opportunity to make Apocalypse's dying moments as miserable as possible. Back to the fight, Stryfe wonders what has fueled Cable all this time. What passions drove him to act so differently than him? Watching Cable not stand a chance against him, he finally sees his answer to the question. Desolation, isolation, and failure is how Stryfe sees Cable's life. As the exchange blows, it isn't enough to put either down. Stryfe sees Cable as a toy, a shell of a human. How can this thing pretend to be a man? Meanwhile, an eerie calm settles in the moon base. Apocalypse clings to life, living to die, dying to live. As he looks up to the closest thing he has to a son, as the father of what made Archangel, he sees he doesn't have much time left.
You are not strong. You are not fit.
Apocalypse, as a proud father, sees his angel of death, a strong killer, a survivor. Archangel reminds him of what he was before Apocalypse altered his wings, turned his skin into shadow. But Apocalypse couldn't change the most important part of him, as he walks away with his humanity intact, depriving Apocalypse of a clean death, a death worthy of a god. To die alone while others fight around him, this is not the way a ruler dies. Now this is a way to die. Jean and Cyclops know Cable cannot take any more of this. But Jean senses that the more Stryfe focuses on Cable, the weaker his hold on them gets. Havoc takes a shot, giving Cable a much-needed rest. Stryfe's genetic shield was programmed for Summer's DNA. Stryfe did not consider it would allow Cyclops' brother through. Stryfe's burned flesh from Havoc's plasma blast enrages him to take it out on Havoc.
It's over, Stryfe.
Jean wants them to work it out together, as a family. Stryfe was not planning for a family reunion. Seeing them together, us together as a possible family, gives him a moment of weakness. A moment of what a family in his life could have looked like. He wants to believe it, yearns for any possible truth to it, suffers from memories that were never to be. No! He will leave them with what they left him, a legacy of hatred, a legacy of decay, a loss of hope, a loss of life, a pox and all of mutant kind.
Did you feel the ground shake?
Stryfe wants them to beg him for their salvation, as he brings down the time vortex on them. Jean shields them from the debris falling all around them. Cable has used this time well to think of a plan in his beat-up state. Come on, come on, come on! Cyclops sees Cable in the distance and begs him to get to cover under Jean's shield. Cable must put an end to all of this. Put an end to the madness that is Stryfe.
What is this?
Cable takes what could be the last look of his parents before heading straight towards danger. Cable has always been his own man, made his own choices, and he has chosen to end Stryfe.
Auto-destruct sequence activated. T-minus 20 seconds.
Jean consents their thoughts to the time vortex.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Cyclops now understands that the device uses a time vortex,
T-minus 10 seconds.
and Cable's built-in self-destruct to work in unison.
T-minus 5 seconds.
Don't ask me to do this.
He did.
Self-destruct engaged.
Summers! Cyclops cannot do this to both of them, cannot lose them again. But if he doesn't, they will all end up dying, and there is no time to think. Once the explosion of events settle, nothing is left but the deafening silence of space and the desolate beating of two young hearts in despair. They will spend the rest of their lives thinking about today, thinking about him and wondering if they will ever stop wondering what could have been. Will they ever see Cable again? Could either of them have survived? You can find out more with future videos here by liking and subscribing to our channel. And check out our related merch with links found in the description. Now, thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time viewing the video, and we'll see you on the next one.